This is Axel 72 in association with Squared Circle Boxing. Pleasure to be joined by Ekow Essuman. And Ekow, after a destructive knockout win, after an amazing fight, how are we feeling?
I'm feeling good. It was a good match. There were ups and downs in it for me. Where I was in the match, where I was out of the match. Came back to it, reasserted myself, got caught being a bit silly, and switched back on and ended the match.
Was there ever a moment in there in which any doubt crept into your mind?
No, I've got a very strong mindset. I was forged in the brimstone, so you can put me through it, and I'll just keep going, and I'll come out the victor.
And after a win like that and a stoppage like that, your emotions must be so high. But how does that compare to any other your huge wins that you've had?
I do have to say my emotions were very high. I was screaming my lungs out after I realised, yeah, done it. It's one of my favourite matches, probably my favourite because I stopped it with a emphatic full stop.
You did indeed. And then, coming from the loss after that last fight, am I allowed to ask, was it tough taking the defeat?
Oh, obviously, it's going to be a kick in the teeth whatever defeat you take. It was tough taking it given the circumstances, but regardless of whether I thought I didn't deserve the loss or how I got the loss, I went away like a man and I moved on and I worked on things just from the ground level, started my new nutrition. I got on board with the Fat Loss King from the 13th round guys. I started working with a performance center in Birmingham as well. And we've obviously the new model of the engine that you can see is a good model.
Definitely is. And, in general, what advice would you give to any fighters who, suffer a first defeat and to be able to come back the way that you've come back?
Well, you know what? People always say a fighter is defined by what he bounces back from. And it's hard to fathom when you're just on the winning streak and you're just winning. You still learn off the wins, but you don't learn as much as until you take a loss. You don't want to have to take a loss. You'd rather take the loss in the gyms and then not take the losses on your performances. But if it happens, don't write yourself out. You stay on plan. You stay strong. You do get yourself a sports psychologist. I use Lee Johnson. He's amazing. Sports Mode UK, and they will help you set things straight. Even if you are good-minded, they will still help you, give you good advice.
How important is it to keep strong mentally more than anything?
Boxing, 80% mental, 20% physical.
Full stop to that. And, in general, like you say, you want to move on to world title type progressions next. Do you feel like within a year's time that's where you'll be?
Yeah, I feel like within a year's time that's where I'll be, yeah.
And I suppose ideally, when's the next month that you'd like to be out fighting again?
I'd like to be out in another 3 months.
I suppose preparations-wise, it's never leaving camp really.
I never leave camp anyway. My wife hates me for it.
Oh, bless. And one final question. I did want to ask about the outfit and the mask as well. Inspiration for that?
Yeah, you know your anime people like the Breaker and Bleach and Hollows, and people know. People see in my next entrance music. I've got something very surprising coming up.
Everybody can't wait for you, especially after that performance as well. Ekow, thank you very much, man.
All right, thank you for having me.